Hello, and thank you for listening to The Bows Knows, a podcast about QI Roberts Junior Senior High School in Putnam County, Florida. I'm your host, Mr. Bows, and today we'll be talking to guests from our yearbook club. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. Please introduce yourselves to our listeners.
I'm Briseda.
I'm Jade.
Thanks for taking time out of your lunch to talk to us today. So, podcast start with the same 4 questions. First one is, what is your favorite subject or topic in school, and why?
I think my favorite would probably media studies because I like learning about film and what goes into it.
I would say English because I just like reading and getting into stuff like that, and Miss Bose as a teacher helps with that encouragement.
Great. Next up is, what's your favorite QI story or tradition?
I enjoy the pep rallies because getting everyone together and against each other and having just a blast together is really fun.
I think mine would probably be Powder Puff. For as long as I've been here, that's the one thing I always remember, especially the cheerleaders.
Yes, I will say this year's Powder Puff cheerleaders were
all
pretty
out.
on point.
Yeah.
So next question is, if you could have coffee with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I'm going to keep it simple. I would have coffee with my mom because I just love my mom.
I think I would probably go for Gabi since it's the World Cup going on right now. He's a professional soccer player, and I like soccer, so I feel like we could probably have a pretty good conversation about it.
Sounds like some great coffee to have there. Last question, quality, integrity, respect. Which one and why?
For me, it would probably be respect, just because I feel like anywhere you go in life, you have to have respect towards other people and for yourself.
I would say integrity because I just like knowing that like everyone's moral compass has that honesty to it. So I feel like integrity is good.
So we're here talking about yearbook. So tell us a little bit about yearbook.
Okay, so in yearbook, first we begin by designing like the fonts and the colors, trying to get the cover situated, which this year we struggled with a lot. And then we go into the layout of everything.
Okay. With yearbook, it also allows to have like a creative freedom to it, so we can have the minds of the artists from here, and also the minds of the
not artistical people.
To just have like a different mindset to all come together.
That's great. So is yearbook a club, a class? Is it both? What is it?
It's a club. Usually we meet Mondays during Power Hour.
Okay. And then, so is the yearbook club, like, how does the yearbook club connect to the yearbook itself?
So during the meetings, we all just gather together in Mr. Bush's classroom, and we sit there and we discuss what photos we want, what clubs we think need to be in it. So every Monday when we gather into Mr. Bush's classroom, we decide on like new things. So the other week it was covers, and we had someone come in and we had like it directed to see what we want the cover to look like. So every time we join, we just talk about a new section of the yearbook and what section we need to talk about next week.
Okay. So you guys are responsible for the yearbook that gets published at the end of the year.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So why did the two of you decide to join yearbook?
For me, I saw the yearbook last year, and I knew I kind of wanted something different. And the only way to like change anything about it is to be part of the yearbook club.
Listeners, that is a great lesson for just about anything.
Yeah, I feel the same. Every year I've seen the yearbook, and I feel like it just can be a bit better. And I feel we can just work harder this year to get it a good-looking yearbook.
Why should other students want to be a part of yearbook?
I think most people, when they get their yearbook, don't like it. They always have something to complain about, but right now we're working with only seniors. So I think we need more people from different grades to have their input so we can make something that most people are going to like.
So if somebody wants to join, is that still an option?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they announce it usually in the mornings if we're going to have a meeting. But usually it's Mondays, first half of Power Hour.
All right, so there you go, listeners. Monday, first half of Power Hour, if you want to be part of the yearbook. They've just put the call out to not seniors to come and join them. So what is your favorite part of yearbook?
My favorite part is just gathering together and just throwing out ideas as much as we can to get something out there. Having that communication with everyone, I think it's interesting.
I think my favorite is probably when we finally get together to make a decision, because it takes almost the whole Power Hour for us.
So in terms of the yearbook, are you just responsible for the layout, or are you also responsible for the pictures and making that happen?
We are responsible for everything that goes into it. So taking photos, putting photos where, designing the layout, designing the colors, cover, everything.
Awesome. So there's a kind of a place for everybody. If somebody's not they're not a graphic designer but loves to walk around and take pictures of people, they can join yearbook.
I know for me, I'm not that artistic, so taking the pictures and being able to help, that's usually what I do, because I can't draw anything.
Awesome. On the yearbook, if listeners have pictures that they want to make sure they get to the yearbook club, how can they do that?
You can either email it to Bush or find someone that's in yearbook and tell them about it and send them their way.
Or I know teachers should have access to be able to upload pictures too.
So we kind of talked about it a little bit, but let's make sure we say it again. So if a student wants to join or wants to know more about yearbook, how can they find out more?
They could probably talk to, most of the seniors usually know about it, so any of the seniors, or go straight to Mr. Bush and ask.
And where is Mr. Bush's classroom this year?
One of the far portables.
So
Towards the ag farm, the last one on the sidewalk.
Okay, but he's not up the hill.
No.
All right.
He's right beside it, like right behind it.
So it's not that far. Just come out of the cafeteria and he's right there.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the yearbook itself some more, if we know yet. When do yearbooks go on sale?
We don't know, because we just decided the cover.
Yeah, we have not made any further movements other than the cover so far.
Alrighty. So listeners, make sure you stay tuned to the podcast and the student government Instagram and the school website for more details about when the yearbook will be available. Anything else the two of you want to add about yearbook or the club or anything like that?
No, I think that's it.
Awesome. So before I let you go, what media recommendations do you have for our listeners?
Well, I'm not sure what time the podcast is going to be released, but I know right now the World Cup's going on, so that's really interesting.
The new Wednesday show that just came out on Netflix it's really short, but it's really actually like a good show to get into, especially from a Tim Burton point of view.
What's the name of it?
Wednesday.
The Addams Family.
Yeah, it's based off the Addams Family, so it's really good.
I'm thinking it was literal, like the Wednesday show, like the Tonight Show is on tonight, like it's only on Wednesdays. All right, those are some great. I'll have to check out. I've been kind of watching the World Cup. I'll have to check out the Wednesday show. I'm interested in that. Thank you for being here. Listeners, if you like the podcast, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can get future episodes, and be sure to give QI Roberts Student Government a follow on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on future episodes and happenings around QI. If you feel we've earned it, please rate and review us on your podcast player of choice and share with a friend. Thank you, Knights, and remember, excellence in all endeavors.